Hi, welcome back. People don't have a clue as to what kitchens actually cost. And when you go to places like IKEA and you see cabinets for $2,000 to $3,000, people can get so misguided on what it is actually going to take to do a kitchen remodel or even start from scratch. And today we're going to get into that and we're going to take a look at what the true truths are about IKEA kitchens. Before we do, if you have not liked and subscribed, please do so. Click that bell and we will notify you of new content every single week. I get a lot of questions from clients because when I'm just starting a design project with them, I always ask them what their budget is. We've got to have realistic numbers because they just at times don't budget enough. And unfortunately, shows like HGTV and Fixer Upper and all these other ones, they don't really break down all of the costs that go into a new kitchen. And people can get frustrated. I've had clients tell me they want to spend $10,000 when in reality it was going to cost 50. And that can be such a frustrating moment. If you've ever been there, comment below and tell me. I would love to know. I really just want to help you understand what it takes to go into a renovation. And if you're looking at cabinets from IKEA, which are very stylish, I will add, is you just need to understand the entire project. Kitchens at IKEA can be advertised on a sign, on the countertop, in the display, and they say anywhere from say $2,000 to $3,000. What you need to understand, that is cabinets only, maybe a couple pieces of hardware, but that is just the cabinets. Do you know how those cabinets come? They come like this. They're in a bunch of boxes and you have to assemble those. So the price that they have on their display of how much the cabinets cost does not include delivery, assembly, or installation, and that alone can add another 200% on top of the base price of the cabinets. The other thing that you need to factor in is all of the bells and whistles, because the pull-out trays, the fancy inserts, the blind corner units, any type of fancy feature that a cabinet have, they will cost more. And you really just need to get a very realistic view of how you want your kitchen to function and what kind of features you would want in there to go get it priced accurately on the front end. Don't wait to be surprised on the back end. Get it all in on the front end. Most people want to know how they can save some money. I know I do. Who doesn't love a good sale? At IKEA, you can target the purchase of cabinets. They have sales going 4 different times in the year, one in the winter, spring, summer, and fall. So you just want to get on their calendar and kind of see the dates they shift throughout those quarters. They have one, and you can save anywhere from 10 to 30% on the cabinetry and sometimes even on the appliances. I personally have never purchased an appliance from IKEA, so I can't speak to the quality, but I know that even my cousins have purchased cabinets from IKEA, and I used to work for them as a kitchen designer when we sold some very high-end cabinetry. So if they're going to purchase cabinetry and put it in their home, I can assure you it's quite good. You know, the assembly, if you're not skilled enough and you need to really assess your level of expertise on how well can you put something together, if you get frustrated by putting kids' toys together, this project may not be for you. You may want to hire somebody. If you are able to, then you can also save some money there. Other areas that you can save money are on your appliances. If you go to a used appliance store and find scratch and dent appliances or floor models, sometimes you can get a deeper discount on those. Pay attention to the sales and the times of year. When you identify exactly what you want to go into your kitchen, break down by line item each cost and really shop aggressively to find the best deals. And you can be pleasantly surprised out there. Another company that you might want to look at, and I've got a link down below, is Renovation Angel. They are a nonprofit and they resell cabinets and also some very high-end appliances that you can get for a very good price. And you just want to make sure that when you're laying out your kitchen, you must know the width of your appliances and the dimensions, because that can make or break a design. If you have a refrigerator that's too wide, it will affect your cabinetry. So make sure you really understand those dimensions and get those in place as well. Do as much work as you can on your own. If you can demolish the kitchen and get it all cleared out before you have the professionals come in, fantastic. That will save you a lot of dough. Or take on the other projects that you are willing to and just talk that through with whoever your contractor is and the people that are going to help. I have a friend who GC'd her entire project. She used a planner I put together kind of as a guide, and then she got the main contractor, the plumber, the electrician, had the permitting done, and she really took charge and managed that project well. That's another place you can save. But again, know your limitations and only do what you feel confident that you can get done. Because the longer you drag out the project, the more expensive it can become. I've mentioned before, but if you get all of those dollar figures up front and you know exactly what's going to go into your project, from countertops to flooring to the cabinets, the hardware, the lighting, the appliances, the plumbing fixtures, and then you also have to take into consideration the actual labor and installation of everything. But if you're going to say, for example, you want a stone countertop, but your budget doesn't allow for stone or quartz, maybe you want to look at some of the nicer laminates. There's some really incredible laminate countertops, or the butcher block countertops. They give you a really nice look, but can be a lot less money. On flooring, whether you go with hardwood or a tile that maybe looks like wood, that can also give you some cost savings. So just know what you're buying, ask great questions, and you'll get great answers. And then you're able to say, if you save some money over in this area, then you might be able to splurge over in this area. And it's a give or take situation. So don't be afraid to compromise on materials when you can. There are other costs that you need to be aware of, especially if you are doing a renovation. When you get everything torn out, if you are trying to make any changes to that physical space, you will have potential structural cost. And that can be big, especially if you're removing a wall and having to put a beam or a header in. You need to know what structural costs will be. And if so, you might need to have an engineer come out to see if your idea is possible and what would it take to achieve it. Permits and code requirements are another area of cost. Surprises, they happen in every project. You can always count on at least one. And then you have add-ons that, say for example, your house is older and you've got to bring things up to code, or you're trying to add a gas cooktop when you've had an electrical cooktop. Running a gas line can get a little costly. It just depends how far they have to run that gas line, and every foot adds up. Other costs get into the different types of materials, delivery, installation, and all of that rolls into the one big package. While some people think that when they see a price tag on the IKEA cabinets of $2,000 to $3,000, they might be able to do an entire kitchen for $5,000 to $10,000. A lot of times that is just unrealistic unless you're refacing exactly what you already have. If you are going all brand new, by the time you get the cabinets, installation, appliances, flooring, lighting, backsplash, and hardware and everything else that goes into it, you really are looking closer to $20,000 to $25,000. If you get them on sale, fantastic. Maybe you're able to shave a little bit off. If you go with a bunch of add-ons in terms of accessories and the features of the cabinets, or you increase the number of cabinets, when you add on the fancier items such as granite and or quartz countertops and a higher end flooring, higher end backsplash, you could be looking at about $50,000. So kitchens really truly can range on average $20,000 to $50,000, and that is something that you just need to get realistic with and plan for. When it comes to a kitchen, you need to think about how you're going to function in it. It is imperative. A good functioning kitchen makes or breaks the space. And I don't care how beautiful it is, if it doesn't have a good layout, then you are going to be frustrated. And one of the biggest terms that you can know is the work triangle. That is what every kitchen designer will be able to tell you, but it is the flow from the prep space to cooking and to the fridge. When you have that work triangle, you are able to really lay out the kitchen well. Sometimes you have two triangles within the kitchen, and we'll take a look at some examples so you understand what I mean. Here in this picture, you see a U-shaped kitchen, the G-shaped, L-shaped island, gallery, and then a single wall. And you're going to notice where each appliance is located, the sink, oven, and the refrigerator placement to one another. These are good work triangles. In these kitchens, you can see how the triangle is overlaid into the space to give you a really good feel of how you would work within that. That's what your ultimate goal is. Have a good work triangle in your kitchen and you won't go wrong. Another important factor when you have kitchens is you want to have proper walk space in between. I recommend having at least 42 inches in between counters, because if ever you're opening up cabinets or refrigerator, you need to have the ability to have somebody else pass behind you. It is terrible when you put certain appliances like a refrigerator or an oven right where a doorway is, and somebody cannot get past you when that thing is open. Really, really pay attention to where those are going to be. Again, traffic flow is important. You want to have high functioning kitchens. This example shows two work triangles in one kitchen, so this is very doable. In the first one, you have a double L, and it's basically a peninsula. I'm not super crazy about this particular layout, but some people might have it. I would open that up a little differently so you're not walking around a peninsula like that. Those do exist, and again, you want to have function first. In the picture labeled G, again, two different work triangles going from the sink to the refrigerator to the cooktop, and then from the cooktop to the oven to the sink. However you want to break it down. It is, again, all about function. Beauty will come naturally with the selections that you make, but function is first. Other ways that you can make your kitchen super functional is through pull-out trays and drawers. I highly recommend those, especially as we want to live in our homes for as long as we can. Having drawers versus a cabinet door that you have to bend down and climb into to get stuff out of. If you have doors, then look at just trying to put more pull-out drawers in it, which they make some great roll-out trays. They're awesome. There are fabulous accessories that will help you stay so organized, again, that you function so well in your kitchen. You can get pull-up trays that can put your big heavy old KitchenAid mixer, because those suckers are heavy. You can have appliance garages. There's so many great opportunities, and I would recommend just hit up Pinterest and save everything that really resonates with you. And then you can take it and go to IKEA to see if that's something that they offer. You can also take IKEA cabinets, and then if you wanted to mix in some other custom elements, that's another option that you can do. Again, you want to design the space for how you and your family are going to function in it. The types of materials that you use are super important as well for functionality. You want to stay away from glossy countertops. I've mentioned before in other videos, high gloss counters can give a really high reflection, and that can cause problems with eyesight. So go for a matte or a honed finish on all your countertops. You will be so thankful that you chose that route. You also want to find materials that are durable. Lighting is also very important for good functionality in the kitchen. Overhead lighting, task lighting, you can have some pendant lighting, under cabinet lighting. You can put lighting underneath your toe kick. You can put lighting in your drawers, so when you open it up, it highlights what's in there. It's fantastic. Again, the more lighting options you add, though, you will be adding more investment into your kitchen. So again, pay attention to your budget and know what you can afford and what you might need to do a little bit later. Do your research and plan. Plan, plan, plan. I can't say that enough. And get all of your numbers on the front end. Do not be surprised. I have a checklist that you can get that will help guide you through what items you need to know and what you can put into your kitchen, and I'll have the link below. You're welcome to go grab it from my website, and you can use it just to fill in and hopefully that will help you walk through what you need to make your kitchen a new reality. And the biggest rule of thumb is when you are designing a kitchen, remember for functionality is you want to keep your most used items and your heavy items, your appliances between your knees and your nose. That way you're not having to bend too far over and you're easy to reach. It's all about ergonomic design. When you function well in the kitchen, when you function well in any room, you're going to have a greater enjoyment come from that alone. Function is key. Can't say it enough. I love well functioning and well organized kitchens. The more they are, the better. And you never have to sacrifice on style. Here are some gorgeous kitchens that I found at IKEA, and you can go anything from a very simple plain door, like a slab front door like this, to a raised panel door. This gives you a much more traditional look. A nice contemporary looking shaker door that comes in black that's very sleek. I like the high contrast of the counter with the cabinet, and what that does for the eye is that helps you understand where that edge is. If everything's the same color, it can throw the eye off at times. So the high contrast or a contrast between countertop and cabinet is a good thing. The glass fronts are really pretty, but not everybody is super organized. So if you're not an organized person, don't go with the glass front cabinets. And this door is quite unique. It's got an interesting pattern to it. Kind of gives a little bit of a country feel, a little different. I like the cup hooks on there. And then they've got a lot of open shelving, which can work really great. Again, if you're not very neat and tidy, you may not want open shelving. And this black kitchen, I think, is super stylish. They have a lot of elements going on in here. There's the butcher block next to the quartz countertop, and then open shelving for wine and tall pantries. You can really create a beautiful space with the IKEA cabinetry. But remember, you got to put it together. It doesn't come assembled, so take that into consideration. Down below, don't forget, you can get your free goodie to help you price out your kitchen project. It's a little checklist and a guide to help you fill in the blanks, help you think through everything you need to know so you can assess what an actual kitchen will really cost. Because the truth is, it's always more than you think. If you're doing a kitchen remodel, let me know. I'd love to hear. And if you've purchased IKEA cabinets, I would love to hear your feedback on them. I used to work with a European line, and these remind me of that line. I think that they're super stylish. You can get a lot of fun colors. I would love to know your experience with IKEA cabinets. If you have not liked and subscribed, please do so. Click that bell and we'll come out with some new content next week. If you have something in particular that you'd love to know or learn about, comment below because I'd love to take that and create that for you. Till next time, you guys take care.